to work. I like to have done rehearsal so that we can talk through ideas, not lock them in, but stand them up, try it, workshop it. I think of it more as sort of workshopping the script. And often I'll find that dialogue shakes out, because I'll say, all right, just forget about the written word, forget about the page, just improv the scene. This was very helpful in Titanic because some of the language was a bit stilted because it was of its period. And I wanted these two young actors to get a sense for, well, how, just play the scene the way you'd play it now in your current idiom, the way you would speak. And so they just played it as themselves, essentially. I mean, the sort of halfway between the character, it was the character but interpreted through contemporary language. And some interesting ideas came out of that. An interesting dynamic came out of it. And I said, all right, I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna rewrite the scene. And I'm going to put it into the idiom of the time, but it'll be these ideas. It'll be these things that we discovered in rehearsal. I mean, a really good example that I think really added value to a particular scene in Titanic, we were rehearsing the scene where Cal, her fiance, grabs her arm and tries to drag her aboard the lifeboat, tries to control her, not listen to her as usual. And the way I had written it, she pulls a hat pin out of her hair and sticks him in the arm, forcing him to release her. And she runs away into the crowd. But then, you know, we were talking about the hat pin, and Kate said, well, why don't I just spit in his face? And it was so brilliant. I don't even think she realized how brilliant it was, because it was a callback to a previous scene. The scene in the film where Jack, Leonardo's character, teaches her how to spit like a man. So it was a perfect closure of the ellipse. It was something Jack taught her how to do. And she used it in that moment to end the relationship, or at least she thought so, with Cal.
Are you cold? What, to him? To be a whore to a gutter rat?
I'd rather be his whore than your wife.
No! I said no!
It was perfect. It was like a moment a writer would go, aha, this is great. I've solved the problem, and she solved it. You know, so that's how we did it. Now, poor Billy Zane didn't particularly like having a big old loogie shot into his face 50 times. By the time we were done shooting that scene, he was well over the idea. But I think it turned out to be a nice moment.